Welcome to the Ibis Budget Hotel at Manchester Airport. So, I've had a couple of on and off experiences with Ibis Budgets at airports, but this one, like the Sydney one, didn't turn out to be too bad. And I personally think this hotel was not too bad an experience for the £86 that I paid to stay here for one night in January 2025, as I had a morning flight out the following day. So, where do I start? Well, it was quite busy when I checked into this hotel, but it was getting quite late when I got there. So I can't complain too much on that, because that's probably just poor timing on me. As you can see, there's a nice little seating area and a nice little buffet section for people who do order the breakfast and pay extra for it. I didn't actually order the breakfast on this particular stay, which is, just one of those things. I ummed and ahed about it and decided not to. So I stayed in room 711 on this particular stay. You can see the room is pretty standard for an Ibis budget. It's bright, it's white and blue, very spacious, very bright, which is good if you're obviously just getting started. I did request an airport room in the hopes of maybe getting some good views of aeroplanes, but I didn't luck out on this one. That was the view I had. Overall, the room was basic, as you'd expect from an Ibis budget. Bed, charging ports for stuff, a bit of space and storage to put bags and other bits and bobs. I seem to have received an accessible room. I don't know if that was a mistake or just what they happen to have left. Nice little desk area if you want to do some writing or computer work, which is there if you need it. There's also a kettle and some basic teas and coffees to tide you over. As you can see, I pre-ordered some pizza, which came to about £11, I think. The red wine wasn't from the hotel. I bought that from a supermarket because I do enjoy jammy red yellowtail. I'd be interested to see what Roger Edward makes of that, considering he's also a red wine drinker. Overall, the food was actually pretty good. Obviously, hotels, especially airport ones, will charge a premium for food, but the fact I was able to take that to my room and not have to have it downstairs was actually pretty nice. I ordered it just after I checked in at the bar and then just simply took it upstairs and tucked in, and it filled me up after a long, long day. So here's my accessible bathroom. Again, I didn't actually specifically ask for accessible. I think they just gave it to me because that's all they had for one night, if it was a busy night in the hotel. But everything worked a treat. Obviously, they have one of those single pump soaps that covers everything, and you have to make do with it. But again, it works for a cheap night if you're not too fussed about having all the individual smellies. Something you've got to watch with this hotel and the Holiday Inn next to it. There's a bit of work going on at Manchester Airport, so you can't access this hotel very easily. It's also right by Terminal 2, so it is a bit of a hike from Terminals 1 and 3, especially which I found out the following day, as I had a flight with British Airways at Terminal 3. But overall, if you are flying out of Manchester Airport, I would recommend this, and you can park your car here for £25 for the day, so if you're going to do an extreme day trip from Manchester Airport, you can always use this if you need a hotel to base, either before or after. I'm going to give this a reasonable 10 out of 15. Good.